Hi, I'm Steggy from Elgato, and this is a quality sample of the Sony A6600 with Cam Link 4K. The A6600 is an interchangeable lens mirrorless camera that retails for about $1,400 body only. The A6600 is equipped with a micro HDMI port that can output up to 4K 30fps or up to 1080p 60fps. Now, I'm in the 4K mode right now, and one thing to note is when you are shooting in 4K, the image is cropped in or zoomed in a little bit. So if you are in the 1080p 60 mode, you will have a wider field of view with the same lens at the same focal length. The A6600 does have a flip-up LCD screen, so you can monitor yourself while you're streaming like you can with the A5100, the 6100, or the 6400. The A6600 does support unlimited runtime, which means if you plug it into a wall or an unlimited power source, it won't turn off on you while you're using it. Now, in order to plug it into a wall, you will need what's known as a dummy battery, which is basically a fake battery with a power cord sticking out of it. I'll link in the description panel down below the one that we used in our testing. Now, the lens I'm using for this camera is the 16 to 50mm zoom lens, which is normally found as the kit lens in a lot of the lower end Sony Alpha cameras like the A5100 up to the A6400. So this lens allows you to either be at a wide angle view like this at 16mm, or you can zoom all the way into 50mm. So if your camera's a little further away, you can zoom in to get the right framing. Now, if you are wondering why the image just got a little darker there, that's just because of the settings that I have on this camera right now, but you can absolutely get this same exposure level at any zoom length with this camera and lens, so don't worry about that. However, because the A6600 is an interchangeable lens mirrorless camera, you can swap in different lenses to achieve different looks. And here are some of those looks now. Now, one thing we would like to recommend when it comes to choosing your lens is to try out using a zoom lens first, like the 16 to 50mm lens, because having the ability to zoom in and out and basically test different focal lengths will help you determine which lens suits your setup the most. Because a lot of the lenses we just showed are what's known as prime lenses, which means they can't zoom in and out. So if you had a prime lens on this camera right now, and let's say it was a little too zoomed in, you would have to physically move the camera back in order to reframe it so it's not zoomed in anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind. And finally, this is what the onboard microphone of the A6600 sounds like. Now, I know you're probably not going to be using this microphone if you're live streaming. However, if you decide to use the A6600 for YouTube videos, now you know what the onboard microphone sounds like. But that should cover just about everything with the A6600 and Cam Link 4K. You can see what this setup looks like, you just heard what the onboard microphone sounded like, and you can see the different looks you can achieve with those different lenses. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and be sure to check out the rest of our YouTube videos where we show how to set up these cameras to use with Cam Link 4K, as well as quality samples just like this one. Once again, I'm Steggy from Elgato, and until our next video, good luck and have fun.